Hey, thanks for checking in the bathtub, sir, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy. Thankfully, the judge has called a 30-minute recess, so we've got a little bit of time to gather our thoughts and sort of reflect on what we just got through. We managed to tear apart Angel Star's testimony. It was really hard work, seriously. She kept coming back with rebuttal after rebuttal. She kept changing her testimony about 5 or 6 times, it feels like. Even Edgeworth. But there was moments, I swear, Edgeworth was actually helping us. I don't know. She hates prosecutors, Angel Star, so she was not really working with Edgeworth that well, and she wasn't working with us either. But we managed to sort of make it clear that there's more evidence that needs to be considered. Namely, something was inside the car's exhaust. It's also known as a muffler, and that was the real sticking point. And we need to find out what that evidence was, what that cloth was, and what it's got to do with the case. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. Emma looks a little bit sad, even though at the moment we haven't lost. Mr. Wright. Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh no, it's him. It's time for awful cheesy cowboy impression. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Dude, what the hell? Officer Marshall! Well, I come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. Dude, you're so late. Where have you been? They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. I hate how how quick does his facial hair regrow? Because he's constantly shaving with that knife. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Excuse me? Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. And he's a thriving alcoholic as well. Shouldn't be shaving after necking whatever that whiskey, I imagine. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Okay, please go away so I can stop doing your awful voice. I've got a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. We back in the courtroom. Round 2, let's go. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh! Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be! This can't happen! I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock. Who's there? Whoa! What's with this guy? I need to get a better look at him. A strange, stuffy aura seems to be feeling in the courtroom. Can we get a closer look at him? Holy crap, he's the same. Is like his skin and his eyes are green and his skin is orange? He's got a... Wait, is he from some sort of cult? Is he a religious man? I don't know, but what's with that symbol there? I can't stop staring at him. He looks like the dude who played the Steel Samurai, but like in about 40 years. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you. Does he not speak anymore? Oh my god, what the hell? Wait, he looks a bit like Professor Oak there. Oh! Sorry I'm late, Hudgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Hudgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. I've been so busy. Busy? This is Smizzy, Hudgy. My boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Hudgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're right, Oak, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Huh? Thanks. I'm sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Look, little Worthy. Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? This is the chief of police. Chief of police? He's the top ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Is it Gant? Gant or Gant? I need to set up this right now. Let's go for Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honour today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. He's got the red scarf. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. What's this? This could be a red muffler he's wearing. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What is this? What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? But Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. What, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistake in that signature. It's there. Miles Edgeworth. But that's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favour first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honour? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my... What? Sorry? Wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Your gavel. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at any people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Where is it? Oh god, this is painfully long. There it is. Well, this is obviously how Lana cut her hand. Right? Is it that button there? Cool. And part of the blade's missing. Oh, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood. So we've got the switchblade knife as a new piece of evidence. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Oh, it was inside the muffler. SL92. That's the same on the post-it note that we found as well. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one, really. Okay, so department in disorder. What's he got to say then? This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Oh yeah, that's easy. Like I just said, it's the, this. Oh, hang on, no. No, it's not quite the same. Oh, it is if you read it backwards. It's upside down. Okay, so yeah, I think it's still connected. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. He looks so shocked. Wait, hang on. Wait, there's a second murder. That completely went over my head. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Ugly. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Objection! But wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact same time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might would assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Now that really ties in with the opening cinematic to this case. If you cast your mind back, it showed 2 murders but being committed in exactly the same way. Right. The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Right. Now, do I just go straight for it? Because I think I've seen the link already. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. We've got to go for it. Maybe. Wait, hang on. Yes. Objection! Wait a second. Ah, at last! An honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, an honest to goodness, what do you mean from Ugly? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12 over 2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's the right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Ah, aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same as that is written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Oh, what, he's updated his testimony? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do investigate. Is this just the rest of the testimony? Okay. Now I don't know what to do. I guess we'll press it all. So, this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. There was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Yeah, but what the hell? Okay, so what about this statement? Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, right, my boy? Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all? Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Detective was killed. Okay, yeah. Who was killed? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Uggy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Oh no. Oh crap, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Where was the victim found? It was found in the police department. How was the victim killed? Or when the victim died? So he's already said when the victim died, it's at 5:15. How was the victim killed? We're going for this. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing. With a knife. Knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit, we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Yeah, there we go. So we didn't need to know time. So if I press this again, do we get to ask something else? Okay, so we go through all of this. I mean, surely you can't do this again, can we? Okay, where was the victim found? So the victim died at 5:15. Well, we think so. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I have heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case that was stolen from the department's evidence room. He did. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Okay, so, God, this is getting confusing to me. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Okay, it's not officially linked to this case here, so you can't talk much about it. I guess you can. With this... Hang on. That must be what I have to present, right? Oh, fucked it. Fuck. Okay. I'm so close, but I can't work it out. Okay, let me press this again. Chief, the defence's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Oh, so I didn't even have to provide, I just had to press. You don't say. Well, out of it, righto. What's your connection? Yes, out of it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, the victim's ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me the name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... I think this is important. I'm going to write that down because I think it's so important. 5842189. Okay. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. Is that how we spell their name? Hang on, A, B, C, D, E. Will the first name be E, or first letter? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H? Oh no, you don't get a name started with H, do you? E, B, A, H, I? No. Okay, well I've just translated them numbers into letters, and it gives us E-H-E-B-A-H-I. Ehebahai. No, I don't think it tells us anything. Not even backwards. But it tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honour. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Wait. 5842. It's the same. It's the same one. I need to... That's Goodman's card, right? Let's go over this again. Yeah, 5842189. Letter silly, the reason... Okay, hang on. So why did she translate it to Yabadab? Okay, anyway, we need to skip through this. Sorry, I'm not speaking much because I'm too busy trying to process things in my head. But that's his number. Present.
Take that!
Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honour, I'm a defence attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Objection!
But wait a second. Right. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time.
Objection!
That's impossible. So, what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location. Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean?
Objection!
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honour, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error. Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins, I remember him. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, huh? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you did accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Nah. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if the officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, what with all those rumours. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologise for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. But Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honour. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. Oh, we got through it. That was so bad. But of course, there's the big to be continued. Ugh, another day. We better get investigating then. What do we think of that police chief? Funny looking mush. If I go here. Right, let's see what we got awaiting us outside. Oh, back in our office, okay. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's just see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 PM on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to at least. Alright, let's do it. Well, she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Back at the scene of the crime, what are we gonna find? You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister, erasing evidence at the crime scene, never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Look, luminol. Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Whoa! The test for a blood reaction, just spray the lumino on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay? Let's find us some bloodstains. Okay. Oh, bloodstains. Can we examine here? I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Ugh. Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood, maybe? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been some more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm going to mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? Okay. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up all my allowance to buy that. Cool, we got the testing fluid. Received from one very proud looking Emma Sky. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah, it feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ah! Oh, it's her. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star. Do you only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. God. What I want to speak to you about? Today's trial, I guess. So how can I spray? From here? No. I want to spray, goddammit. I want to spray everywhere. Oh, maybe I go here, do that, spray. There we go. Okay. Any more blood? I'm sure we'll find some. Like for instance, the barrels? Maybe not. Can you not move it over here? Or on the phone? Oh, stuff on the phone. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. But for now, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. Mainly because my voice is starting to really hurt. My throat, rather. But regardless, we've done some good stuff. We got through the first trial. And we're back investigating. Unfortunately, we've got to speak to Angel Star again. But we've got a new mechanic. The luminol spray will help us find all the blood. If you enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright, please go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more, we'll get spraying. We'll spray everything we can see. We'll go absolutely crazy with it. Maybe choke someone with the really sort of strong smell of the luminol. I don't know what it smells like, but I imagine it's strong and chemically. Please go and subscribe. I'll bring that to you. Got any questions on the raise? What do you think about the chief of police? Bit of a funny one. Bit of a funny one. But anyway, let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure I get back to you. Alright? See you!